Boys and girls, we have been learning our blends, and we're going to have so much fun today learning some new sets of blends. But before we do, I want to make sure that you know your consonants. So if you had breakfast this morning, stand and let's go over our consonants. I want you to say the sound 3 times. You may be seated. If you did not have breakfast this morning, stand. Class, stand. How do we know that that letter makes the sound? Ashlyn. Yeah, great job. How do we know that that makes the sound Charity?
Because it's a camel with a little hump.
Great job. You may be seated. You know your consonants so well. And the one that we're going to focus on today is our letter H. H says, it's like when it's really cold outside, like today, and you're trying to warm your hands, trying to make your hands really hot. So like, because we don't add a U. That's not how we say it. It's so it can be kind of quiet. Now that we know our consonants, I want to see if you know our vowels. Class, stand. I want you to say the centers. For example, A, we're going to say A says A as in apple. A says A. Let's all stand. Becca? A says A as in apple.
A says A. E says as an elephant. E says I says it as an inchworm. I says it. O says as an ostrich. O says U says as an umbrella. U says
You may be seated. I'm going to divide you into groups and see if you know how to do it. Rows 1 and 2 are going to be my group 1. Rows 3, 4, and 5 are going to be my group 2. Group 1, stand. And we're going to say the sound 3 times. You may be seated. Group 2, stand. You may be seated. You know these vowels so well today. So I think that we can begin and start with our new letter for today. Actually, I think that I can trick you. I think that you know the vowels and the consonants so well because I have them on separate charts. So, group 1, stand, and we're going to say the sound 3 times. And when you see a vowel, I want you to sit down. When you see a consonant, I want you to stand. But when you see our special letter H, I want you to sit down and say yeehaw as hard as you can. Begin. Remember, when we say our consonants, we're going to sit down, and when we say our vowels, we're going to stand. Good? Yeehaw! Right? You may be seated. Group 2, stand. Great job. Now, I think that we are ready to begin our blends. So with our letter H, we are going to begin with our consonants. And I know that you know what blends are. So let's say our blend sentence. A blend is a
consonant and a vowel put together and sounded together.
I have to go. Let's say we can go after class, okay? So now that we have our consonant, we are going to add our vowels to it. So what are our vowels, Sydney?
B, C, D, and F.
You're actually thinking of consonants. So since those are not the vowels, what are our vowels?
A, E, I, O, U.
Great job. So we have our consonant and we have our vowels. So ha. That is walking our blends. He. Group 1 stand and do it with me. He. You may be seated. Group 2 stand.
Ha.
Group 1 stand. Let's actually all stand together. Great job with those. You may be seated, Molly. Do this with me. Great job. You may be seated. We know how to make these blends. Did you know that when we add a consonant to the end of our blends, we can actually make words? For my blend letter, group 1 stand, and let's go over these before we add our word to them. So I want you to say the blend 3 times. Ha ha ha, he he he, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. You may be seated. Group 2 stand. Ha ha ha, charity stand. He he,
Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. He he, ha ha ha.
Yellow journey.
Ha ha ha, he, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
Sounds like you're laughing there. You may be seated. Now that we know our blends, and I can tell that you know those very well, I'm going to add a letter to some of these blends and see if you know how to say them. Molly, stand and sound this one out for me. Hat. Great job. Ashlyn, stand and sound this one out for me. Hit. Great job. Becca, stand and sound these out for me. Hut. Great job. Group 2, stand and sound these out with me.
Hit. Hot. Hut.
Great job. You may be seated. On my board, as you can see, I have the same words I have over here. But boys and girls, I jumbled up all of the pictures and now they're out of order. I want to see if you can help me put these back in order. So for our letter, for our word, first word hat. Do you see a hat up here, Charity?
Yes.
Can you come point at it? You got that, Vic. Very good. Now, for hot. Alyssa, do you see something that is hot on my board? Yeah, come point at it. Great job. You may be seated. Now, for hut, our second to last word. Claire, stand. Do you see something like a hut on my board? Can you come point at it? Great job. You may be seated. For our last word, does anybody know what our last word is? Kara. Hit. Yeah. Can you come point at something that's hitting something else? Good job. You may be seated. Boys and girls, we can hit bowling pins with balls, but God does not like it when we hit our friends or when we throw toys on the ground. When we're angry, God does not like that. But when we are playing a game with balls and we can kick them and we can hit them as hard as we can, God likes it. We're trying hard, and we're trying hard here in phonics class. I can tell. So we can hit bowling pins, but we cannot hit our friends because that is like it. Now that I know that you have learned your blends so well, let's see if we can review those. Class, stand. And I want you to say the sound 3 times.
Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, he he he, he he he, ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
Group 2, you may be seated. Group 1.
He he he, he he he, ha ha ha,
Ha ha ha. He he he. You may be seated. Sydney, stand. And I'm going to put these out of order and see if you can guess these.
ha ha ha, ha ha ha, he he he, ha ha ha, he he he, he he he,
You may be seated. Alyssa, stand.
ha ha ha, he he he, he he he, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
Great job. You may be seated. I can tell that you are knowing the words so well. Now, for our blends, let's see if you know our blend song. Ha
Hey hey ha ha, ha hey hey ha ha, ha hey hey ha ha. Now I know my age blends.
Great job. Now, we know that our blends with our age. Let's see if you remember what our blend sentence is. It's a consonant
And a vowel put together and sounded together.
Great job. I can tell that you have learned how to make words and you know even what they look like. Let's remember to always please God with everything that we're doing. But when we are not being nice and when we are hitting our friends, God sees that and He does not like that. So let's prepare for reading.